Today on The Occult Detective, we're going to talk about Tarzan, the New Adventures. So I grew up on a small farm in rural Indiana. I spent a large part of my time roaming the woodlands and following Turkey Creek as far as I could as a boy. And I'd go out there armed with my Daisy BB gun and, a canteen that I would fill at the artesian well. And in my back pocket, invariably, was an Edgar Rice Burroughs novel, particularly Tarzan. I was a huge Tarzan fan. Loved the Weissmuller films, even though they were not very accurate. Still, as a boy, they were very appealing. The Ron Ely TV series, I loved it. I loved all the adaptations. I was a big fan of the comics. Marvel and DC both had great runs of Tarzan, and all this stuff was coming out when I was a kid. But the first love was Edgar Rice Burroughs. Well, I recently was gifted this first volume of Tarzan, the New Adventures from Roy Thomas and Tom Grindberg. Thomas really doesn't need much of a introduction. His work on Conan the Barbarian and other Marvel and DC properties is the stuff of legend. Grindberg, as I'm sure you can tell from these beautiful images, is like the second coming of Frank Frazetta. I mean, just he is a master of kinetic energy. His line work is impeccable. His anatomy is just fantastic. Grindberg is a master, and these stories, they're just fantastic. Thomas is at the top of his game. Grindberg, just look at that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you are a Tarzan fan, this series is a must-have. Grindberg really makes Tarzan sing, and the colors are just, These Tarzan tales are as good as it gets. It did a wonderful job, and recommend it highly.